Let's fire up the Peacock machine, everyone. So if you're going to watch along, join along. We're looking at season 20, episode 30. See, yeah, people get upset about the Peacock season thing. They're like, it's confusing. I need to know what year it is, not what season it is. The show goes too long.
Yeah, there's what, 52 shows in a season, I guess.
Yeah. Whereas most shows have 13 in a season, maybe an extended season.
Yeah, maybe 6 or 18.
All right,
well, so let's watch along and see what happens, man.
We're gonna get this going. Pressure's building. Everyone hits play. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1.
Hit play. Oh, God.
We got the title signature hitting. We'll keep volume. I think at this point we should also probably drop the audio to a halfway low level. We'll probably drop out during matches. But let's see how we start off.
Then, now, forever. WWE.
Together, now.
Together more than ever now than what started 999 episodes ago. The Manhattan Center, baby.
There's a low mix on Vince's voice right there on the voiceover.
Yeah, you would think it would. You would think it would have been way over the top.
It became a global phenomenon.
Yes, it did.
They mentioned Tokyo and London. Wait. Bob Barker in the house.
Oh,
Donald Trump. LeBron.
The Rock and Trish Stratus. Whoa, hey, whoa.
Statler and Waldorf. Tyson.
Oh, Tyson pushes Austin. And the roof's gonna. Hugh Jackman just knocked the fire out of Dolph Ziggler.
And he connected on that, if I remember hearing that story, right?
Knocked the crap out of him. Kane just tombstoned a preacher.
I'm still on Hugh Jackman.
What kind of show is this?
Real Steel was like one of my favorite movies.
Are you serious?
I love it. It's so good.
I loved, what was the last one they just did? The Wolverine one. Logan.
All right, we got Shane. Oh, we got Minnie Booker.
Oh, we got Mad Girl.
And Coast to Coast by Shane McMahon.
Man, what a ton of epic moments.
Oh my! That I remember seeing the limousine go under the truck and.
Yeah.
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee said. Oh, Brittany here.
He just disappeared.
Brett, I have no sympathy whatsoever for Brett.
I've lost a lot of things, and one of them has been my smile. The MRI showed that I have to retire.
It's the somber part of the package.
I want to thank you for the memories.
Ric Flair.
Somewhere he's going to be looking down on this night. Proud that all the guys went out there and put on a show for him. He would have wanted the show that has been in his family his entire life to go on.
The Muppets.
The Muppets.
Austin and McMahon in the hospital. Sheamus and Beaker. Some wrestling highlights of CM Punk.
Brett and Shawn hugging.
Batista just beat up with a big shiner. Yeah. Bischoff getting fired. Mae Young and Mark Henry in bed.
What in the world?
Mark Henry needed a few Blue Chew.
Man, what epic moment she did. And this is 10 years ago, like you said earlier.
Yeah. And we're just looking at memories that are incredible. And this is why
there we go.
Pro wrestling has an impact on everyone's lives, or us fans. Tonight is the night.
Yeah.
Tonight is the night.
St. Louis, Missouri. You're looking live. 1000th episode. Monday Night Raw. Let's kick it off in a big-ass way.
Michael Cole bringing
Michael
us
Cole,
in.
the voice of the WWE. I know JR was back in the day, but man, Michael Cole's been doing it for a quarter of a century now, and he's good at it.
Absolutely. Recently had some online play talking about his interaction with Pat McAfee, how it rejuvenated his career.
Yeah, he mentioned that, and I read that too, and I thought, man, that's awesome to hear, you know.
And here we got Vince coming on out.
Yeah,
seems like, hey, 10 years ago or just 10 days ago.
Hey, but business, you know what I mean? Like he knew I got to do something. You know, I got to do something on the show because it's his, man. Right, wrong, or indifferent, think what you will. He's Vince McMahon. And that means something in the world of professional wrestling / sports entertainment.
The walk is slow and steady on that. There's a little bit more swagger and bounce these days. This one was just special. This wasn't about bragging. I think he might have felt the emotion or something on this one rather than just the fun.
I agree. And look, King and Cole are dressed up.
And I'm looking around at so many of the old faces that I've seen for so long here today. It's just such a great feeling. And ladies and gentlemen, follow us on Twitter at WWE and join in the conversation.
Same Brock Lesnar fan in the front row.
1,000 episodes.
Raw 1,000. There you go.
I would just like to say thank you.
We heard this just a few weeks back.
Hey, one of the signs. One of the signs just said "suck it."
I would also like to say, welcome to Monday Night Raw.
You say the "suck it" sign, and Michael Cole brought up that on August 11th, 1997. I'll shut up.
Generation
There you go. August 11th, 1997, DX debuted, and he credited DX for turning around the Monday Night Wars and, in fact, creating and starting the Attitude Era. Do you believe that the birth of DX was the start of the Attitude Era?
Yeah. So look, I won't claim it was the birth of the Attitude Era, but if you go back, if you go back and look at the timing, it's what do they call that? Evidence when it's not
Hindsight.
No, when it's circumstantial evidence. You know what I mean? I think if you're going to make a case, that would be circumstantial evidence for the case that DX helped bring it along. It can't be the formation of D-Generation X because you cannot say that's what started the Attitude Era and leave out The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Kane, Shawn Michaels. You know what I mean? Like there's so many people that we'd have to leave out. And I'm watching this too. I'll stop talking about the time they get their microphones.
Founding fathers Triple H and Shawn Michaels in the ring with glow sticks.
Yeah. So I'll keep talking until I see them get their microphones, like I said. I was backstage on a truck right now. Every muscle in my body cramped. And I mean cramped. And it was during Vince's promo. The trainer had to run get me an Alka-Seltzer and put it in water because I guess the bisodium carbonate or whatever will take the cramps out. And literally when they started to introduce us and we started driving out there, that stuff kicked in and my cramps all went away. But I'm not kidding. I couldn't even get out of the Jeep. I couldn't do anything. And I thought, how am I going to get to the ring? Yeah, audio up. I'm sorry.
I gotta catch my breath. Okay, now.
Sean and H teasing the suck it.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this, okay? I'm feeling it. But I feel like I'm missing something. Like I can see, obviously, I've got my pants on. I know that I remembered my underwear because I can feel them bunching up as I'm talking. But I still feel like, something's missing. It doesn't,
No, you're right, Sean. Something's missing. I can't put my finger on what it is. I mean, you've got all the gratuitous merch on, wristbands, T-shirts, glow sticks, anything else we could sell. What could it be?
So, Dog, what else is missing?
I mean, obviously,
I'm not sure.
I mean, I know I have my underwear on. Do you have
Hornswoggle?
your underwear on? Is that what it is?
Check.
Okay.
Underwear on. You
Well,
know
see,
what?
then I'm at a loss.
Hold
I'm
on
at
a
a
sec.
loss.
Hold on. Did there used to be more of us?
Big top.
That pop felt good too.
Oh, the people want it. Signs are up.
Yeah, and teasing it, tease it,
I
tease
can't
it.
hear you. I said, did there used to be more of us?
Handful of DX signs. Triple H for president. DX, Army.
Oh, baby!
And the Jeep with cannon.
Yes, it's just like a big tube. I think a carpet came off of that.
It looks like a cannon, Dog.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the roll of carpet came off.
And if you want to make your cannon look bigger, BlueChew.com, promo code
Dog.
Dog. You are excited right there, my friend.
Man, I'm telling you, I am excited right there.
You're just pushing the cramps away.
Yeah. A minute, literally 45 seconds a minute ago, I was cramping so bad, and it's just because I was old and not hydrated.
Well, he looks the same, maybe a little younger. How about the fact that Billy is absolutely more dense and more ripped now than he was 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, he looks great, but I think he's more solid.
He is. His diet is on fire. I could never get these right, by the way.
The timing with the pyro?
I never, yeah, there was always like one late one or something. Because I don't know who they were going off. I never knew whose DX they were going off of. So I'd try to watch Hunter or Sean, but sometimes they would go off of different people.
All right, let's go mic
all right,
up. You got
let's-
mic in hand.
Pretty good camera shot there of a really sold out house.
Oh, can this watch along turn to karaoke and you go along with yourself?
Yes. You think you're better than me? You can't out philosophize. Oh, that's good. Bow to the master.
St. Louis, we're about to take you on a Missouri boat ride.
They got it.
Straight down memory lane. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight, D-Generation X proudly brings to you its 5-time WWE Tag Team.
It was only 5 times at that point.
The Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Bad Billy Gunn, Age Outlaw.
I beat myself.
Were you not allowed to say ass?
No, I was allowed to say it. I didn't know if I was allowed to say it, so I beeped myself. I figured it wasn't that big of a deal, and that way I would keep my job. And they fired me anyway, so what difference does it make?
If that isn't a start, but I just gotta know one thing. Are you ready?
Oh.
No! I
No.
said,
No.
Are you ready?
There's a lot of milking of the moment right now.
Yeah. Well, that's what this is all about, right? It's do your greatest hits. Here it is.
Then, for the thousands in attendance, for the millions watching around the world. And well, apparently for me, because I'm the only one left with a full head of hair. And because this is the 1,000th episode of Monday Night Raw.
Bless his heart. He killed the whole thing to get his Propecia promotion in.
Wes has already killed the whole thing.
Well, I mean, he did. Let's be honest. In retrospect, looking back, I'm sure he would take that one back too. It's like, wow, that was really going good. And yes, I had some fun with you guys, but at what expense?
This is
It's weird.
It's that Billy.
It's my part. He didn't never give me that much, but this I did pretty good, and this is my.
Well, but, and I understand that, but it's actually my part. I'm the originator of all this, and you know, he didn't give me much either. I mean, you and I were sort of like what's left over. But
Sean's helmet's
this
amazing.
Is the part that I do 'cause it's
Yeah,
my little
yeah.
sunshine. So we can just,
Yeah, but I mean, you know.
Billy, I don't let Shauna lose his smile. You know what I mean? I don't want Sean. No, and then no, because when that happens, he does weird things like poses for Playgirl and stuff.
Oh.
I was young and stupid, okay?
So,
And I needed the money.
I fed him
man.
that line.
He didn't need the money.
No,
dog.
he didn't. But he was like, I was young and stupid. And I was like, and you needed the money.
You guys do it. No. Do it together.
Genius.
I think to do it together, one of them would have to stand on their hands, right?
You wanna do it?
And what are they? Oh, they're doing something different.
yeah.
Is it on 3? I mean, so it's 1, 2, 3. Do it, or 1, 2.
A lot of milking, and not the prostate.
1, 2, 3, then go.
Okay. 1, 2. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Look at
And there we go, a little storyline progression and the music of Damien Sandow.
it was no storyline progression at all. It was just who's going to come out here to get beat up.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment. My name is Damien Sandow, and I am the intellectual savior of you, the unwashed masses.
Please.
I love Sandow.
Listen, pal. Oh, wait. I'd actually like to hear him out. I mean, let's face it, we are pretty scuzzy. So go ahead. I'd like to hear you.
This is what Raw, the WWE,
How many people watching this at the time and watching right now are going like, oh God, just get down there and get me to hit with everybody's finish.
I think a good subsection of the audience wanted the build of Sandow at this point.
Yeah.
And brainwash the masses into revering this type of crass conduct.
Excellent talent, though.
All right.
Just
Yeah.
great
Oh, yeah,
mic
100%.
control, great demeanor,
That's true about
presence.
me. I want you. I'm going back home. I'm going straight to church, and I'm asking for forgiveness again. It's great.
Now, I understand that you barbaric buffoons could easily eviscerate me and dispose of me like common trash. However, if you do so, I will not be a victim. I will be a martyr. A martyr for anyone who appreciates a sophisticated mind.
Yeah, good promo.
I'm on barbaric baboon.
You do make a good point. We're going to need to discuss this as a group. We've been apart for a little bit and figure out exactly what we're going to do. Hold on.
So I think through this segment we're learning 3-hour Raw means you have to make segments 3 times longer than they should be.
Part of the planning
That's very
process.
rude.
No, I know, but we're rude guys.
I actually don't remember what we're doing here.
Can't wait to see what DX comes
I mean, the
up with
truck's
this
got to
guy.
be like, can we move on with this guy's coming?
Yeah.
Little shimmy step,
Yeah,
hiding
yeah.
from Damien, circling
was-
around. Team huddle breaks.
Okay, here's the thing.
Here's
This
the
is what we
decision.
decided.
Oh,
Sean with the super kick,
To a pedigree.
right into the pedigree position. Waltman trying to rev up the crowd. Outlaws there doing the same.
Yes. A pedigree.
Hey, Sean's timing was impeccable on the super kick, too, because as soon as he said, okay, we decided to super kick pedigree going back.
And now you guys circle around the fallen Sandow.
Well, I guess if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Boom. Whose idea was the segment? Do you remember who becomes the writers?
I do not remember. But look, it's almost a gimme anytime you send somebody down there. We'll probably talk about this too. Anytime you send some nostalgia down there, you know what I mean? You're going to send out somebody for them to either drop or, you know, like you mentioned, progress a story. Here it was just about, you know, Sandow coming out and getting some heat, getting a rub. Yes, we beat him up. But what do you do on Raw 1000? You bring Sandow out and have him beat us up? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We can talk about that. It's up for debate, but...
Do you remember how or why Sandow was chosen as the guy in this position? Obviously, his mic skills, but...
Well, his mic skills for sure, and the heat he had at the moment, because he was doing the... it was the perfect matchup because he was doing the savior. What did he call himself? The savior,
the intellectual savior.
The intellectual savior to the unwashed masses. You know what I mean? So we were literally the unwashed masses. So it kind of goes perfectly with who his character was, anyway.
Bumper graphic on the screen of the Rock's return.
Yep.
And we're now seeing that Brock Lesnar, will he answer Triple H's challenge? Interesting moment. So let's go back to Sandow for a second. I actually feel like
we
I
still
want to
have a wedding yet to come on this.
There's
on this
a
show.
lot to come on this show.
That was the first segment. Holy mackerel!
Do you think? I want to go back here. I'm going to hit pause on this. Let's talk Sandow's situation. So you brought up this is what you do. You have the moment for the legends to do their greatest hits and pop the crowd and give them what they want. Do you think that there should also be moments where the legends are putting over new talent to help build them, elevate them, and take them to a next level, which I think in WWE we don't see too often? I feel like we've only seen Randy Orton really get the best of legends in that kind of situation.
Yeah, and look, why they call him the Legend Killer. But it's the forever ongoing debate, you know what I mean? And I'm not comparing us to Undertaker or Stone Cold, but we were DX. Does somebody come out there and drop that person? Or is there another way we can get that person? Is it and look, I don't know. This is I'm just bringing up one side of the argument. Is this a feather in the cap of a Damian Sandow who stood in the ring with D-Generation X? And I'm not saying, we gave him a rub, but he stood in there in a good segment of television. I imagine it was well watched, and got to cut a big, long promo in there. Right. And then he just got hit with a super kick and a pedigree. 2 finishes that there's no shame in getting hit with those. He didn't even go down for the super kick. So, I don't know. I argue on the side of, man, you just try to put the best show together you can, and if you have to break a few eggs,
but from a fan's perspective, wanting to see the growth of new talent, you gotta really think that they're invested in the reality of wrestling at that point and want to see growth from someone else. I mean, I understand the business of both sides, but from that fan side and perspective, I get it. 100%. I remember watching this going, why don't we build some new stars and take them up a couple of notches?
Yeah. Well, and then it just goes down to, what are we going to do? I don't know if, I guess a couple of the guys in there could have done physicality and he could have looked good for a second against us. Or do you just have us say, suck it and get out of there and not send him down at all? You know what I mean? So I think it was looked at, and whether you believe this or not, I think it was looked at as, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on here. Send him down. He cuts a good promo, and we drop him, and it looks good. And I'm a huge fan of Damian Sandow. I loved Mizdow. I loved all of his work. His work is good. He's got a great mind.
And he recently announced that he's retiring.
He's retiring.
From pro wrestling.
I heard that as well. Maybe we can have Damian Sandow's last match next year at this time, like we're doing Ric Flair's last match at StarCast this year.
That's a great call. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. It's just days away. Let's get to the fan questions. Cody Craig wants to know, and he says, feel free to skip this if you don't want to step on toes, but how did you all feel about China not being included? Raw 1000 DX returns as a group.
Yeah, she should have been there, and that's how I feel about it. I don't know if there was communication between there at all and try to get her. I don't know. I feel, looking back, especially now, it feels bad. Like, yeah, you're right. She should have been there. And 100% she should have been there. But look, that was a business decision, and I was just now breaking into the business side of things. And so that was above my pay grade. But yeah, look, we should have had her there. She belonged there. I just don't know if that would have been too much personally for some. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to be honest about that.